So, we've played this deck a number of times in the past, and I like to start the deck tech for this deck in that I promise you this deck is better than the convoluted combo I am about to describe implies. So, this is a 4-card infinite turns combo deck. Maybe 5 cards, I forget. Let's count. Here's how the combo works. So you have Gideon of the Trials here that says, as long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker, your opponents can't win the game and you can't lose the game. So you get a Gideon emblem out with a Gideon. Then you have Callous Dismissal in your graveyard with a zombie token in play. And you have Chance for Glory in your graveyard. And then you mutate Rodan onto the zombie token, which then lets you recast Chance for Glory from your graveyard, taking an extra turn. Then because we have that Gideon emblem, we don't lose at the end of that next turn. And then we play a second Vadrok from our hand, mutating it onto the first Vadrok, which lets us cast 2 instants or sorceries, non-creatures from our graveyard. And what we do with these 2 non-creature casts is we cast Chance for Glory, taking another turn, and we cast Callous Dismissal, bouncing our 2 Vadroks back to our hand, giving us another zombie token. Then we start the cycle again. You start your turn, you Vadrok onto the zombie token, you Chance for Glory, you take a turn, you Vadrok onto Vadrok, you Callous Dismissal, bounce your Vadroks, you Chance for Glory, take a turn, and you take infinite turns, and eventually you figure out how to kill them during the infinite turns with attacks from your stuff or killing their things or bouncing their board or whatever. Now, the reason why this deck is somewhat reasonable in my experience is because a lot of the combo cards that we're playing are okay cards on their own. Rodan notably flashes back any non-creature card in your graveyard, so it can get back Gideon, it can get back Narset, and Narset helps us find our combo cards. Vadrok can flash back Chance for Glory, which searches up your second Vadrok or a Gideon if you need it, or it can search up Narset to help you find Chance for Glory or Callous Dismissal. Callous Dismissal plays to the board. Wrath of God keeps the board in check. So this deck has a very reasonable fair deck game plan where you win without assembling your 5-card combo. That being said, every time we've played this in the past, we've always kind of oopsed into the combo by mistake. Why does this deck play Kasmina? Kasmina makes it cost 2 more mana to kill your stuff, and she also provides creature tokens that we can mutate onto to get the combo going to start. Does Sunset Revelry not make humans? What is the creature typing on Sunset Revelry tokens? Yeah, Sunset Revelry tokens are humans. Humans can't mutate, chat. Actually, chat, Kasmina would not say ward even if she was printed when ward exists. For you see, you can target a creature with ward even if you can't pay for the ward, your spell is just countered. Whereas Kasmina makes sure that you have to pay the mana to cast the spell to begin with. So they are technically different. But I'm doing some value black-white stuff here. Maybe they're a Doom Foretold deck. We're gonna graveyard that, looking for some combo pieces here. We have a lot of lands in our deck. Like, if we find a Gideon, for example, we can just, like, play Chance for Glory as value stuff. Honestly, I might just, like, cast my spell and get rid of this. I guess I could actually just search for Glory for a Gideon. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just go get Shed. know what I'd cut for Consider Precipic. Most of this deck, the slots are pretty tight because you have so many cards that are combo pieces. And then, like, past your combo pieces, you have cards that, like, keep you alive. Hot Dog Water, thanks for the 33 months. Welcome back.
If you face me, you will only hurt yourself.
Will only hurt yourself. So the 10 months, Tater. Welcome back. Got 3 cards in the bin. Still pretty far off of flipping this. Read.
Next time, I'll be ready.
Way to interact with my search? Wow, that's brutal. It seems really good with Birth. Good piece, solid piece of innovation on the opponent's part.
You could have such power, but do what I demand.
These are a few of my favorite things. Thoughts on burn down the house over Wrath of God? I think killing my planeswalkers sounds awful.
My words are for ambitious minds.
The Search for Glory mirror match, chat. I really hope we draw a Gideon next turn to punish them. Punish them for taking my Wrath of God. Yikes. Might be done here, fam. Do we want to YOLO? I think we're dead. I think I'm gonna YOLO this. Because we get to flip the Azcanta next turn, which gives us a lot of looks at Gideon. Things to note on Chance for Glory. This gives the creatures in play indestructible permanently.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Or is it perpetually? No, if you bounce it, they go away. Or if they die, it goes away.
Aren't I generous?
Hey, 4 shots at a chat.
Keep an open mind.
Never didn't have it. Easy game.
You will always try.
Lose the game? No, I don't think I will, chat. I don't think I will lose the game. It's the opponent's flashback card. This is a Rite of Oblivion. Oh, I should have targeted Hive. Yeah, I forgot their creature land was there. It's a good shout. Maybe not targeting Hive's a mind game, because if they animate Hive, that's probably good for us. Yeah, the cave technically costs them 1 more mana to activate, though, so it's definitely objectively correct to plus on the Hive. I just missed that they had something relevant I could plus on. The other creature land's more expensive, so like forcing them to use the more expensive one is good.
Count on a rematch.
At least there is. I will cull the weak.
Oh shit, are these my only 2 basics? I think these are my only 2 basics. That's so unlucky. That's so unlucky.
I have just the trick for this. I know 88 ways to defeat. Hone your prowess. Put thoughtfulness before action.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Show me what you can do. You'll have to get through me first.
Think my opponent's having fun yet?
You cannot perceive beyond. Meditate and prepare.
Why not make it a creature so he gets indestructible? Because I'm gonna do that this turn, so I might as well get the loyalty on him.
Open mind.
It's Kasmina here. Do I want to plus on one of these spooters? Probably want to plus on one of the spooters, right? Let's attack first. Then I gotta decide, do I want a Kasmina? I think I want a Kasmina, right? I kind of want to start churning for a Vadrok. In fact, if I Kasmina and I hit Vadrok, I take an extra turn, right?
Under my instruction, we will focus on what matters.
Yeah, and then actually with that draw, let's do this, and then we'll say, okay, kill these. And then we'll plus on Hive of the Eye Tyrant.
No, I don't think so.
Man, this game went from I don't think we can win to let's cast a bunch of 3 mana extra turn spells and like get really far ahead. I don't think this game is over. I think my opponent could probably get back into it if we brick off a little bit, but we're definitely in the driver's seat at the moment. Yeah, I think the YOLO was correct. There was a chance that we bricked off there, but we had a lot of looks, and like this is the upside of it working, right? Just like this situation here. We're just so far ahead. Yeah, like I think this is actually lethal, right? Oh, did I miss the combo there? Yeah, I missed the combo. I could have cast Search for Glory, gotten another Vadrok, and then put the Vadrok on it, and then full comboed from there. I think they were dead. I don't think it mattered, but it is worth noting. I'm pretty sure I missed the combo there. Oh yeah, and by the way, you get to play 4 Pact of Negation in the sideboard as just like a counter your spell for free. Gideon says I don't lose the game. Which is another just hilariously wonderful part about playing this deck. Do I want some copies of Rip Apart? It can like finish off a Lolith, and they might have like Rest in Peace post board, right? Alright, what are my cuts here though? If I want to fit the Rip Aparts in. I guess I have Callous Dismissal to deal with Rest in Peace if I'm trying to combo. They're a Yorion deck too, so like, you know, what are the odds they have the Rest in Peace on 2? 100%? It's always 100% chip. This deck's gasoline. It's so much fun. I don't think it's the best deck in the format by any means, but it's very satisfying to play. You have a ton of sequencing decisions and percentage plays you get to make. Oh. Okay. This stops Rodan from working, huh? Oh, this is non-creature spell. Good call, good call. So, embleming Gideon right away is worse against Othakaya, but it's better against Rite of Oblivion. Because if I plus it to play around Oath and then they write this, I don't have a Gideon emblem later, which is awkward. So, without the Gideon, I can't play this anyways, and because they have Deafening Silence in play, they can't play another Rite of Oblivion that turn to punish me, which is nice. And with the Rite in the graveyard, I'm just gonna make this a 4/4 and smack them. It's probably correct to just search for Glory for a Planeseer. I could Greed and Narset, hoping to impulse into one of our 3 spell lands, but I think the guaranteed land is probably the correct play. I want to make sure to not stumble in this match if I can avoid it. Someone mentioned earlier Untapped was having some sporadic issues. They didn't block with the wall. They started to and then backed off. I'm gonna go ahead and just bounce this, because that way if they want to write the Gideon, they have to sack something else. And if they like just want to play a 4/5 as a blocker, we Rodan bounce it with the Callous Dismissal. Oh, this takes double red to mutate. Awkward. Awkward.
I'm sorry.
Deal. Wow, that's brutal. Yikes. Oh, that's a good draw. Super rewarded for keeping the
Your
Gideon.
weapons won't help you. I've been waiting for this.
Any reason to run some number of snow duels? Yeah, I mean, the reason to run them is so you can search them with Search for Glory. The reason not to run them is because you're playing a tapped land in your deck in Historic. Definitely behind at the moment, but I know that the game's definitely salvageable. So the 14 months. Breen, welcome back.
Next time, I'll be ready.
It is too bad Kira doesn't like zombies. Okay, that's a fucking hilarious lethal. That's a hilarious lethal. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That was delicious. Found the line. And that whole match was kind of a sweet example of what this deck is capable of, right? Like, we had this kind of grind you out with the combo in the first game into a just like scrappy victory with Gideon beatdowns, backed up by Pact of Negations in the second game there. As Wellspring as their companion. We did thankfully save up. We did run really poorly with the first two decks today. Alright, 5-color Niv, let's go. Let's go. This does still get its triggers when it attacks, and notably this can exile cards out of our graveyard, which is good against both our Search for Azcanta and our eventual combo. Opponent looking for a land drop here, most likely. You can sack Treacherous Blessing and Demonic Pact to right, yeah. In fact, I should write that down. That's something we should try at some point. It's like Doom Foretold Demonic Pact deck. I'm gonna get an emblem here, and I'm gonna Wrath the God this, I think. They go untapped lands Niv here. I'm a little bit sad. guess I'm not too sad if we draw untapped land for this. I mean, they have infinite cards in their hand already anyways, right? Tempo. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Yeah, Putrefy is an interesting one. It's got a lot of permutations of the way they can tap their lands and cast their spells here, so not surprised it's taking them a second. Gideon is unfortunately exiled here.
I'll phase through anything that stands in my way. Pack your bags and hit the road.
Think I want to just hero here.
Right on schedule. Let's skip to the good part.
Try that again. I dare you.
This deck, on like a 1 to 10 scale for feel smarts, this deck's like a 35. It's the reason to play it.
This is a plane worth saving.
I'm really good at banishing things.
You'll have to get through me first.
I don't really play stock tiered decks with without people making submissions for them, generally speaking. I'm gonna bin this. Draw here. I think Egg's probably too slow for historic. Nice. Okay, so I get to Callous Dismissal the Gideon back to my hand. And then Chance for Glory. Niv is not a jank deck. The opponent's archetype is a stock tiered deck in this format. Oh, I messed up. This is an instant. I could have cast this and then untapped my lands and done this during my end step. Sequencing.
Keep up the pace.
Are they dead? I think we have the full combo kill here, right? So I get to go Gideon. I have the emblem. Yeah, and I have Chance for Glory plus Callous Dismissal. Okay, so they're comboed. So we put this on here. We put this on here. We take a turn. We Rodan. We take a turn. We take a turn. We Callous Dismissal. So yeah. So we're gonna take infinite turns from there and then kill them in the air. Sick. All right, good shit. There's so many ways to build it. I mean, like, you are right that there are a bunch of people that built bad versions of the Niv deck. And then there is the version that's better that's done well in tournaments. As something of a connoisseur in people taking stock good decks and making them, I don't know, let's say 5 to 15 cards worse with their pet cards, you're right that there are a lot of different ways to put pet cards into Niv. Yeah, Kavu seems like a solid addition to their deck for sure. What do I need to cut? I need 1 trim here because we want to fit in these Aether Gusts. Could just be a Callous Dismissal. This card's kind of individually weak, and they don't have a ton of stuff that we're interested in tempoing here until we're looking to combo. Kasmina putting miscellaneous pressure into play and also making it more expensive to kill our stuff, I think has a lot of value in this matchup. She also, in the mid to late game, lets us turn lands into spells, potentially. Yeah, I agree, Lucas. I think this is the last extra turn spell Wizards printed that wasn't just a shit tier design. This card has an interesting deck building problem that you can solve to actually leverage it to go infinite. This deck's a neat puzzle. The Chance for Glory highlights Magic's strength as a deck building game. I didn't think they'd do it either, Chaos. Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. I'm glad they did. Not upset that they did. Raptor's Cage, sure. Honestly, things like Cage Post Board are maybe part of the reason why it's wrong to cut a Callous Dismissal. The fact that Callous Dismissal is a combo piece that also bounces hate cards like this is super strong. Untapped is currently down. It is not you. Fortunate we didn't draw a land here, which means I need to fish up a land with this. Let me kick the extension on my end, just in case it's a local problem. Doesn't look like it. I also pinged my person at Untapped to see if they were aware of the issue. So we really want to draw running lands here. Okay, so we do this, and now if I draw an untapped land next turn, I get to Gideon plus Chance for Glory again. That's a tapped land. Big unfortunate. So, obligated to do this or I lose the game. Honestly, if we hit an untapped land there, we probably take off and win from there, right? We'd get to go Chance into Narset the following turn, and then Conqueror's Death kill this.
Count on a rematch.
So this does not stop Conqueror's Death from getting Gideon back, which is great. Four cards in my bin, so can't currently Drown in the Lock my Conqueror's Death. They're probably debating on if they want to cast expressive iteration or not. It's both, Darth. Not only is cycling valuable, but you also need the fixing. This deck is trying to play white, white, blue, blue, and red, red cards. You'll see I'm playing more than just these as cycling lands, though, because I think the cycling lands are valuable. The overall land count in this deck is quite high. Yeah, that missing the beat on the tap land here probably means we're dead. Second chapter on Conqueror's Death is not nothing next turn, though. Although I guess they can still play 4-mana drone.
The crueler the opponent.
Wow, really surprised they tapped out here. They're giving us a chance to pop off. I'm gonna get 2 draw steps and 8 looks at Narset for another Gideon here.
Welcome here anymore.
I've got 3 Gideons and 44 cards. This is definitely a let's YOLO it spot. Swish, chat. Swish. Nothing but net.
Show me what you can do.
Blah, blah, pre-recorded. Yep, something like that.
My prowess is on I have just the trick for this.
Okay.
I'm gone for now, but not forever.
So we go Callous Dismissal, your Grafdigger's Cage, Rodan here, take an extra turn. Good. This deck just like turns on a dime, chat. Just like swish, pivot, punch. Like, it's so gas. I love getting to do the thing. I told you, there's a reason why I always start the deck tech for this deck with, this is not as bad as it's about to sound. Because, like, when you do the deck tech for this deck and you're talking about it, you're like, this is garbage. This is, like, too many things. Yeah. If you haven't seen this deck before and you're looking for sweet historic decks, I have a bunch of historic decks that I maintain up on my website there. I think this current build is 1 card off of this deck list that's up there, and I'll be updating the deck list that's up there after the set is done today. Ton of historic decks as you can search based on power level, based on color, based on archetype. I'm gonna write down a note to remove memory lapse from everything on the site. Remove memory lapse from website decks needs to happen. Gengar's pretty bad. I mean, solo... What's the best way to put it? Solo queue has enough bad people that don't understand the macro of the game that you can basically play anything. in general, I'm not sure anything's unplayable in solo queue in Pokemon Unite. Gengar's like a one trick that like Shadow Ball Dream Eater someone, and then like other than that just doesn't really do anything. Probably did here. Opponent had a pretty fast start on the play. Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Shadow Lord. Welcome back. Cleave me, daddy. Like, I'm still enjoying playing duos and solo queue to some degree in Pokemon Unite, but the current balance patch is really bad for like 5-stacking at the top of Masters. Like almost every one of the good teams in Pokemon Unite right now has 3 or 4 of the same Pokemon in their composition because the balance is a bit off at the moment. Venusaur, Lucario, and Eldegoss are all. I don't know that Eldegoss is too good so much as the game just needs more healers. But Venusaur and Lucario are both definitely too good. Which matchups did you bring in Sarkhan for? The last 2 that we played, all the non-aggro matchups. Anybody that's grinding you. It's like an alternate win condition. I definitely want all my interaction. Want my sweepers and stuff. Search is probably a little slow. Maybe we trim a couple of Narsets so she'll just get run down. Search for Glory is actually probably not great. I don't think we can take the time to cast this most times without dying. Yeah, I'm actually going to cut those and bring Kasmina back in. Let's do that. What happened to the other healer in Unite? It just, Blissey only heals herself plus one other person at a time, whereas Eldegoss heals everyone in a giant circle and also gives them a shield while healing them. There are some, before Venusaur was overtuned, there were some team compositions that wanted Blissey instead of Eldegoss. But because the metagame at the top has narrowed around Lucario and Venusaur, Eldegoss fits in much better than Blissey with the other broken Pokemon. So maybe there's a good chance that like the Eldegoss slot opens back up to Blissey too if they just like dial back the other 2. What draws you to Pokemon is someone that hasn't played a MOBA before. They cut away a good deal of the needless complexity, and the games are never more than 10 minutes. As someone who never played League of Legends, but had often heard horror stories of people having to deal with, like, teammates being idiots for an entire hour, the fact that I can sit down and know that my game is done in 10 minutes is great. I think I'm just going to Aether Gust the Spellbreaker. Also, if I'm being honest, getting to play on the controller is really nice, too. I much prefer playing on a gamepad instead of playing on a keyboard and mouse. You can't pick multiple of the same Pokemon, but opposing teams can have the same Pokemon Electron. So, like, basically every top team they have at the moment, because the rosters are kind of narrow, are Eldegoss, Lucario, Venusaur, and then, like, Mr. Mime or Snorlax, and then, like, Cinderace or Greninja or Talonflame. It's moments before the disaster here for our opponent. My friends. Yeah, I think we're at a high enough life total that I could shock myself to draw Kaheera this turn. I actually disagree with that. A lot of other people talk about the game needing a draft mode. It actually just needs better balance, chat. Like other MOBAs, I know they do like pick ban for champions and stuff, and they do a draft back and forth, but if the games are just actually balanced enough so multiple team compositions can be considered ideal, you'll have variety from that. So like pick, ban, and drafts and stuff just sound like a band-aid for not wanting to balance your game. Sounds like the Magic the Gathering approach to balance. Well, with the third Wrath of God drawn, I'm definitely just going to go ahead and one for one this here. Your move, Yugi boy. This is a solid turn. Bounce your Land War Elf. Mutate here, flashback, rip apart, kill your Embercleave. I'm just playing with the trio tomorrow patches, and I already have my other two. Wrath of God is better than Doomscar, chat. Having to spend mana to front load your sweeper is not great. Also, with Narset, being able to play Narset on 3 and then take 4 looks to be able to cast your Wrath of God on 4 is very important as well. This hand obviously needs a blue mana, but I think 2 lands, these 2 spells is definitely a keep here. It's a great pickup too. I would argue that your characters having polarized matchups against other things is a failure of balance. And you can disagree with that. That's a you know, subjective opinion. But in my opinion, polarized gameplay is a failure to balance. If you consider polarized gameplay a feature rather than a bug that you wanna balance out with something like that, go for it. But I would disagree with that. And that's honestly, it's something that applies to card games too, right? Like I've talked about Rest in Peace as a Magic card before, and I am firmly of the opinion that formats where Rest in Peace is playable are formats that should probably have things rebalanced. If Rest in Peace is a valuable sideboard card, something's probably obnoxious and needs to go. I think I want a Kasmina here.
War is coming. I will not be. My students are loyal geniuses.
This as a creature is a little scary. Six mana total here. Cleave ho, chip. Really? No Ember Cleave, you say? Alright, untapped land. Hit me, dealer. Hit me, dealer. Untapped land. Alright, we got one shot. One opportunity. Come on. Irrigated Farmland. Why must you hurt me this way? The Temple of Tilt makes us die. I believe it is officially YOLO o'clock, chat. We have, if we draw an untapped land, we get 4 extra looks at Gideon. There is a chance we lose the game here. Okay. Oh-ho. We're halfway there. Oh-ho. Lizard on a chair. Take my hands. We'll make it, I swear. We're so good at drawing Gideon. Do. Never didn't have it yet.
This is a plane worth saving.
Hear that, chat? We are a plane worth saving.
It's time to give up.
Okay, now what? Now I pass. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. Chip in a chair and a hope and a prayer, Chip. They have to kill Gideon now too, and I have an this is no! No, I'm supposed to have an indestructible blocker! That's cheating, opponent! Taking my indestructible thing is cheating. Oh man! Chat, we were set up for a comeback. This is where things were supposed to start turning around.
I must revisit my training.
So we're so far ahead. We're so far ahead, chat. Yikes. Yikes. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. Okay, in the words of the greatest poet of my generation, we just gotta shake, shake, shake it off and move along to the next one here, okay? Yeah, they had a Cronin War in against my Wrath of God deck. I mean, they got us with it. We've been got. Yeah, let's get one more good match in with this one, and we'll call it a day, huh? Thanks, everybody, for hanging out through the end. Or if you're new to the channel and enjoy the content, drop a follow. Usually play 2 or 3 different Magic decks here every single day of the week. We're going to be playing a bunch of Historic here with the changes. We're going to do a little bit of Standard and Brawl, though, as well. If you're looking for great sources of decks, I'd encourage you to check out my daily deck digest YouTube channel. Every single day I post up a video there showcasing the best of the best decks that I've played on stream somewhat recently. Kind of break through what they're trying to accomplish, then showcasing them in a couple of games that show off what their strengths are. Thanks for the follow, Fish Prince. I think tomorrow we're gonna do one deck from each of Arena's constructed formats. I think I have a standard. Yeah, I have a standard donation deck and a brawl deck that we're gonna start on, and then we'll pick a historic deck to do tomorrow as well. I ain't going to 5, chat, I believe. We can draw us a Gideon, and these Chants for Glories are gonna be great. Yeah, big hand sucks keep energy. Goblins! There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yes! Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be doing an Elish Norn Brawl deck. We dodged a turn 3 Muxus, but I think turn 4 Muxus still fucks us. Especially with Chieftain already in play. I mean, fewer counter spells in the format probably is a good thing for the Goblins deck, right? This deck's pretty decent at racing other creature decks with its turn 3 and turn 4 linear kills. I don't hate Muxus so much as I just want Winota back. Well, we were bound to brick on the chance for glory, hope to draw Gideon at some point this set, right? Can't expect to hit that one all day, every day. Search for Glory's too slow here. We'll bring in Gus. I think even though they're a creature deck, we're supposed to bring in Pact of Negation here. You gotta run Glorious End to fizzle the chance trigger, maybe. Yeah, seems great. This into this. The wall plus Gideon really do a great job at encouraging your creature opponents to extend more into your sweeper, which is great. Yeah, I agree, Danny. Goblins is a lot sweeper when it's like a scrappy... what's it called, deck? It's a scrappy creature deck instead of just this weird combo deck. Yeah. Yeah, aggressive mid-range deck. Alright, hopefully they brick on their Muxus next turn and we get to Wrath of God.
Try getting through me.
Yeah, it's got Krenko combo draws too. For sure. So I think we just do this and hope that they can't kill us, and then Wrath of God cleans up, and then we play a game from there. I mean, there really isn't a lot of anti-Muxus hate. Like, Grafdigger's Cage is probably at an all-time low in the format. Although maybe that'll change as the metagame shifts around Memory Lapse leaving. Alright, and then we're dead because they have plenty of mana, and this will search up a haste creature. Yeah, this is, I mean, honestly, even with Memory Lapse Legal, we've been playing Historic off and on, and this is the first time I played against Goblins in literal months. Yeah, good games, opponent. Let's try and get one more in. I'd like to have a game where we actually, like, play a match instead of my opponent just, like, flooping Muxus twice and us dying. Opponent's playing Yorion, so I'm going to keep this kind of mediocre hand because there's a Teferi Hero of Dominaria in it, because there's probably something grindy where this is good. Yeah, like I said, I don't so much have a problem with Goblins existing, so much as that, like, Winota should be legal. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Claire. Welcome back. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a Gideon here right away. So that way, if they tap out for something again, we can just jam the Chance for Glory and start doing stuff. Yeah, like this. Getting these in as just cantrips early is really important in these fair matchups, so you don't just end up stranded with them in your hand with no Gideon later. It's important that I play the second white source here, so that way I can play this along with the tap land next turn if we draw a tap land. For the follow 7 Ingresses.
Show me what you can do. Your defeat is inevitable.
Lose the game? No, I don't think I will.
How do you feel about a rematch?
If this draws a Gideon, we can take an extra turn.
Let's skip to the good part.
That drew a Rodan, which recasts Gideon from the bin, chat. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Are we full comboed? That's, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a combo. I repeat, we have a combo. Oh, we don't have enough mana to full combo, huh? Sedge. It's fine. We're still super far ahead, right?
Virtue will always triumph. Now it's my turn.
Look, it drew a Gideon, yep. And this thing's indestructible permanently, so they can't, like, Wrath of God it off the table or anything like that. Oh my god, I just submitted 0 by mistake. It doesn't matter, I don't have anything to do with the mana, but I'm not representing things. Clicks were made.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I could have sacked this clue now. So I'm actually behind a card because of my mistake. Okay, now that's kind of funny. Kinda clueless, chat. And we're technically full comboed there. We only need one more attack, but that was they're never getting another turn. Can you mutate onto Gideon? You cannot. He is a human, and humans cannot mutate. Oh. I have one too many cards for the control matchup. I need one more cut here. I don't have a formal guaranteed deck every month with tier 3s, but if you have something that you think looks sweet that I might want to play, feel free to tag me in the Discord server, Gidex, and I'll take a peek at it. Because the queue is smaller because I'm doing that, so I am picking out stuff myself too. So if there's something sweet I haven't played, I am open to taking suggestions. And it goes for regular subs too. Obviously, I can't get to everything everybody offers up, but if there's something especially sweet that catches your eye that I haven't played on stream, definitely make sure I'm aware of it. How greedy is it to cut a land? I'm gonna cut a land in the draw. Probably max greedy, but I'm gonna do it. So the 21-month snore, welcome back. You mutate onto Den of the Bugbear. I believe it stops being a creature at end of turn, but retains the thing mutated onto it. If I recall correctly. Oh, it depends on if you mutate over or under. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense. Hey, look, it's me, Callous Dismissal. I'm annoying. This card has an interesting amount of utility in a lot of different spots, I've found, which is fun. What's going on, Crazy Cat Man? Yeah, we got bands this morning at 10 a.m. So I decided to start a little bit late and just do Magic all day. And they haven't replayed their Azcanta, so like they obviously have something to do with their mana here. If you have Archmage Charmed by Callous Dismissal, got me. And they didn't attack, so are you blocking? Okay. Deal. Shock this thing so they can have Spell Pierce or Quench in their deck. I mean, for reference, this is a post-board game, so there's a good chance my opponent doesn't have a ton of removal in their deck. In which case, it kind of makes sense for them to prioritize not giving me a shark token or a bigger token there and wanting to be able to trade. There's like a non-zero chance that like that card just like goes the distance, the 2/2 token, if their hand is like all counterspells and stuff. I could just like jam Sarkhan, Pact of Negation their counterspell this turn. That might be the play, just like get a big threat down that closes quickly. They're on just like another Archmage's Charm. So like we can just pay 5 for Pact the turn after, right? We can just like play it as printed. Hey, Bazipples, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Ooh, that's a good observation. They forgot about the third mode. They could have let us bounce. They could have bounced the shark token and then stolen the 2/2. That's a great observation. I'm ready. Like I said, there's a chance there's just a bunch of white cards and/or counterspells in their hand right now. So let's go, Sarkhan. Beep, beep. Put a card on top. Is it a white land? Yep. Doesn't surprise me. What you got? Okay.
I know what must be. We need to move quickly.
We need to move quickly.
Might demands power.
Think we're supposed to kill this. That's close though.
Have seen that coming.
That's close.
my responsibility. You know what? I'm not done yet.
So, I think this turn, my plan is to cast Chance for Glory before I decide where I'm attacking. I think is my plan. So we're going to plus this, and we're going to do this, and if this resolves, we'll attack them, and if it doesn't resolve, we'll kill the Teferi. Sure. This doesn't boost dragons, right? Yeah, it's cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, beast. And then we'll play Gideon out here, because playing Gideon out means we have lethal next turn, even through killing the Teferi.
I will prove myself worthy.
No creature lands in here, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna make an emblem. They got rid of our chance for glories, but we do have we do have Pact of Negations I might want this emblem for later.
To get through me first.
That's lethal, right? Because I can mutate onto dragons. Oh no, they exiled all of them. Sedge. Am I still mutating onto a dragon? I don't think so. I think we just go wide here, right? I think it's just like Orphanguard 3/3 go. Like make them deal with these and these. So 7 months, Chulk. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So the follow Dark Ritualist. Sweet. And that really showcases again. This is one of my favorite decks at Historic. I think like you get run over by aggro sometimes. Your play against mid-range and control is really good because you're really grindy. And then the backdoor combo kills where just like your 5-card combo just kind of like comes together in the moment are very reasonable and happen a lot more frequently than you would expect looking at the deck list at the start. This was originally a viewer submission. A lot of the decks we play here are viewer submitted ideas that we've like kind of tweaked and tuned, and I was pleasantly surprised the first time we played it how cohesive it felt. I like it a lot. I think my one thought after playing these games today is I'm only at 23 actual lands, and perhaps with having 4 triomes already, I might have slightly too many tapped lands in this build. It could definitely be the case that I want... Yeah, the deck is super redundant. Like, Search for Glory and Narset just give you so much power, and the fact that this flashes back your Planeswalkers out of the bin is super strong. Yeah, I think at a minimum, I don't even know if we want slow lands. Like, we have a lot of basic land types. Another Glacial Fortress, but I'm only on 4 buddy lands. Honestly, the other lands might just be better than these in general. I don't think I want more basics. I think 2 basics is fine. Generally speaking, against Field of Rune decks, you're boarding out Birth anyways. I think is how it works out. Yeah, I think I'd try this. I think I'd try a couple of desert beaches over the glacial in one of the farmlands. And honestly, maybe this other farmland could even go to a desert beach as well. I could see that being a case. The color requirements in this deck are pretty strict, which is one of the reasons why we can't fit in too many basics, because you need double blue and double white early, and Rodan is technically double red to mutate, which we've had games where you like didn't have it. So I think this deck can be kind of tweaked and tuned and customized to beat whatever you want. If you want to respect aggro more, you could change that in the sideboard. In fact, there's a chance that like with the Jeskai decks getting a little bit worse, maybe we don't need this miscast on top of the full grip of Pact of Negations. So like maybe this is better off turning into like a third Lightning Helix, because your aggro matchups where you like draw Lightning Helix and a Wrath of God, you can usually win. So having a good chance to draw both of those seems potentially very reasonable. Thanks for the Prime Storm, Beth Dragon. Welcome back. At any rate, that's going to be it for me for today, folks. I will be live starting at my normal time tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central. We'll be doing a Brawl deck, a Historic Brawl deck, a Standard deck, and then another regular Historic deck. Remember, if you're looking for more stuff from myself, check out my YouTube channels. Both of them have a ton of Magic content up on them. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday, wherever you're at in the world, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Everybody stay safe out there.